Okay, I'm going to be showing you some release work using a massage gun on the foot and the calf. So I'm going to use a little bit more of a pointy plastic end because I find this one quite effective for getting, if you've got really tight feet and calves, you might want to go a bit softer, maybe the plastic flat end of your massage gun. So where we want to start is with the foot. The foot function is that all the muscles under the foot and the muscles that run up through the calf all play a role in the function of our feet and how our ankles move. So if we have tight ankles and a restricted foot or sore knees, it could be coming from the fact that all of the tissue around there and the muscles are tight and restricted. So what I want you to do is you can do this just sitting down on the ground with the foot just like the knee out to the side. You can put a cushion under your knee if you want, if you find that uncomfortable, or sit up on a little bit of a perch, like put a little pillow underneath your bottom as well. So from here, you're going to stick your massage gun on. I like to have it on a medium setting. And then you're just going to get into the bottom of the foot. So what you're going to do is you're going to start, and it's important here that your foot is relaxed. You do not want to be really tense and tight through the foot. So what you're going to do is you're going to start just where your heel is, and you're going to run from your heel. You're going to draw a line all the way to the knuckle of your big toe. Then you're going to draw that line back again along there. Now, if you find there is a spot there that is a little bit sore, then I want you to just pause on that spot and don't push in really hard or dig really deep, but actually just allow the gun to do its work, and you just let it sort of just pulse on that area for a little bit and then travel back down towards the heel. And I want you just to repeat that line, about 4 or 5 times. Then I want you to move to your second toe, your next toe, and draw a line from your heel all the way up to that next toe. And we're going to do about 4 lines for each toe. Because what you'll find is there's going to be different parts of your foot are tight. You might find that you can, three of the lines you draw, you don't really get any discomfort at all. And then you might get to your little toe and draw a line and actually find along that little toe line feels pretty tight. So if you feel that you are really, really tight, I want you to spend that time where you stop at each point that feels a little bit sore, and you just allow the gun to do its work. This is a really great release set to do before you train. So if you've had shoes on all day and you've been working, then your feet are probably going to be pretty tight. And then if you're going to go to the gym, or you're going to do a workout or go for a run and your feet are tight, it can mechanically make a change on the ankle, the knee and the hip just by having a tight foot. So taking care of your feet and making sure that you give them regular sort of therapy can really make a huge difference on the rest of your body. Now from here, we're going to take the gun. Now I just put my foot flat for this. You want to have a pretty floppy calf. You don't want to be any tension in your leg. So you're going to find your shin bone, and you don't want to go on the shin bone because that'll be painful, but we're going to find the edge of the shin bone, and then we're going to draw a line from the ankle, and you're going to draw a line sort of up that outside of the shin bone. So you're not touching the bone, you're going up through the muscle. And we're going to go all the way up to the outside of the knee, of the bottom of the knee, kneecap, and then you're going to go back down. Now, I've found a point that's pretty sticky just here. So what I'm going to do is just hold the gun on that area and just kind of go up and down through there a few times. And I might even choose just to hold it there just a little bit and try to relax my body as much as possible. Because sometimes when we find a sticky point, our body actually does the reverse of what we want it to do. We want it to relax so the muscle releases, but what we do is we tense up, we stiffen, we hold our breath. So try to hold that point and then just see if you can relax your breath, and then you continue traveling down. So we're just really getting the outside. I'm just doing that a few times, and then you'll travel a little bit further away from the calf. Now I'm going to go down through that back end near where the back chunky bit of the calf is, You know, and everyone will have different spots that are tight. Just make sure you don't go super fast here. It's really about moving slowly, taking the time to get in through those tissues. If you move too quickly over it, you tend to not get the same results. Now, we're going to come into the inside of the calf, and you're just going to come up through that bottom part. So if you're a runner or a walker or you're quite an active person, I think spending time on the calves is really important, and the feet, because they're really an overlooked area of the body. It doesn't get as much attention as the rest of the body when we train, yet, you know, they hold us up, they move us, you know, they keep us upright all day long. So they deserve to have a little bit of time spent on them, keeping them in good condition. So I'm going up and down through the back of the calf. Now, I'm going to come up to that chunky part, and what I'm going to do is just get into the middle of it and just push up into the back of it and just hold it there. And you might find that's a little bit tight there, and then you go a little bit higher again and just push into it and just find a spot there. Again, not pushing super hard to start, just nice and light. And I'm going to go down a bit more, and then I'm kind of trigger pointing it. So I'm using, like, I'm going in on a point instead of traveling up and down that thick part of the calf. That's it. And again, oh, I found a sore spot, so I'm just going to hold that there. Good. You can even just focus on breathing. You can move your ankle a little bit if you want to just try to give it a little bit of extra assistance, but that released off a bit for me. Good. We've got a lot of attachment points under there, so it can get quite kind of knotty. And then just holding that there and releasing it off. And then I just want you to move that foot up and down and just have a feel left versus right. Have a feel of how that foot feels, and do the same thing with the other leg and try to feel the difference and see how much better it feels. You can even stand up and feel how your toes and feet spread out on the floor, which is what we want. So in your own time, you can go onto the other leg and do the same sequence on the other side. I hope you enjoyed it. Look out for my next video coming up, which is doing a release on the back and shoulders. If you loved it, make sure to subscribe.